Hello there, world of tankers, and welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Edward's Blitz, and in today's video, I'll be playing in the Tier 9 Swedish tech tree heavy tank, the Emil 2, a vehicle that I believe is actually just as strong as the Kron in Tier 10, but down at Tier 9. What makes this tank so good is so many different aspects. First of all, the gun. I actually like the gun on the Emil 2 better than the Kron gun, and that is because of the way it's balanced. The Kron was changed in Update 9.2. The way the gun was changed is that the intraclip got faster, but the reloads got longer, specifically on Shell 1. If we take a look at the Kron, we can see that Shell 1 reload is 12.5 seconds. If we take a look at the Emil 2, Shell 1's reload is 11.3 seconds. That's actually a pretty big difference, as we can see. It's 1.2 seconds faster on the Emil 2. Now, the second shell on the Kron and third shell do reload faster. However, the thing is that the first shell on the Emil 2 is also the shell you have 0 intraclip reload with. So even though you have a 3.5 second intraclip on the Emil 2, for the most part, it's actually more beneficial to just dump all 3 shells into your enemies with the Emil 2 and then just use it as a single shot. It's one of the reasons why I really enjoy playing this tank over the Kron now, is that the Kron, it's more beneficial to shoot it as a single shot with 3 shells, and then once your opponent is less than 1200 health, you can dump the entire clip. It's kind of the opposite. Now, to be honest, most of the time with the Kron and the Emil 2, I still just dump the clip because it's easier to, and as long as you're not really in a situation where your team's going to lose, it's still just as effective, but it's not as effective as what the Emil 2 is able to do, because this tank actually has more DPM than the Kron now, which is kind of weird to think about. So let's see what we can do here. We have base A, B, and C to go to. What does the enemy team have? They got an IS-8, K91, T-54, T-95 is a deadly one. Okay, I mean, they got some heavies. They got some strong heavies. The K91 is the strongest one. When it comes to the Emil 2's armor, it's good against Tier 8s, it's okay against Tier 9s, and it's mediocre against Tier 10s. Against mediums, yeah, you'll get some bounces hauled down with the Emil 2. Against heavies, unless they're running rammer, for the most part, you're not really going to get any bounces. That's just kind of how this tank's armor works out to be. Overall, the armor's still pretty solid on the tank, and I definitely say it's got a lot of hit points, and it's got a really nasty clip, so I can't really complain. It's just that you will need to be careful in some situations that you play the tank. Alright, well, we can see the IS-3 went to one side, the T-54 is over here. I'm just going to aim at the T-54, make my way across, and try and get behind these guys. I think that will be the smartest decision I can make as of right now. Our 704 and 54E1 are trying to deal with that. So, if we know the T-95's over there, yeah, I'm just going to cut right behind these guys, and we're going to see. There you go, 1 shell into the T-54 Mod 1, 2 shells into the T-54 Mod 1, and this is where having that clip allows the Emil 2 to just be so dang deadly. We just did 1200, well, we low rolled all of our shots, so we actually did 1072, but that's still an absolutely monstrous amount of damage. And there you go, nice 457 slap into the Tiger, and because our IS-8 has so much DPM, I'm going to allow that IS-8 to get the cleanup on the Tiger. There you go, and now I'm going to turn over towards the STA, and because again we actually have decent DPM, shooting the tank as a single shot, we can get an absolutely monster roll of 550 into the rear of that STA-1. A great example of where using the Emil 2 is just so incredibly strong. And again, aiming, boom, another 500 roll. That's 2 shells, 1000 damage dealt at this point. And the best part is I don't lose DPM shooting this tank as a single shot. That's the funny part. I mean, normally you lose DPM with auto reloaders, but this tank, no problem. And that's what I really, really like about the Emil 2. I know I say that a lot, but it does make it a super enjoyable experience to not have to worry about DPM at all. So let's get a nice heat shell into the lower plate of the T-95. He might actually be running the lower alpha gun. It's very hard to tell with a tank like that because of the way it's designed, but we were able to connect our shell. Let's aim in and... not fast enough of a reload. Unfortunate. But at this point, this is where being an auto reloader is nice. Because of the fact my tank gains DPM, the longer I sit, as an auto reloader, I have the ability, if I want to just sit behind cover, reload my clip, and that way if anybody wants to push me, I'm actually in a pretty solid situation. Now we can see the K91 off to the side over here. We're aiming in, and fire. Yeah, there you go. Nice shot with that. We're up to 3,900 damage dealt at this point. The STA, ooh boy, the majority of the enemy team's pushing that IS-8. My Chimera doesn't really seem to have a full grasp of what he's doing. but this is where being an auto-reloader is nice. I can just drive into the front line here, and in the amount of time it's taking me to reload these shells, it's taking the enemy to push our IS-8. So now I have 2 shells loaded, and with that, I can get 1 easy shell into the side of the K91, 2 easy shells in, and now we can just use the tank as a single shot and hopefully finish him off. Our IS-8 is trying to deal with the ST-1, as we can see, and the Chimera finishes him off, which means we are going to get the final blow into this player. There you have it for 190 damage. An absolutely fantastic battle. We were able to deal 4,975 damage, and this is one of the best examples I can showcase of the Emil 2 being a solid tank. There's a lot of people out there that always try to make an argument that it's not the best, and sure, against tier 10s maybe it isn't, but in situations where you're able to use the clip and you understand its limitations, this is just about the deadliest tier 9 in the game. The only other tier 9 that's able to deal 1,200 damage in a single clip in about 6 seconds from its first shell is the AMX 5120. But the AMX 50 has so many downsides compared to the Emil 2. First of all, it's a heck of a lot worse on armor. Not only that, but it has 6 degrees of gun depression instead of 9. Also, the fact the AMX 5120 has one of the longest clip reloads in the game, which allows it to be very vulnerable. The Emil 2 doesn't really have to worry about clip reloads because it's always reloading on an auto reloader, which is cool. So, here we are. This time we're up against tier 10s. How's it going to work out? Well, we're going to find out. Now, a lot of the times you play any tank like the Kron or the Emil 2, you'll want to use them in hull down situations. That's what the 9 degrees of gun depression is for, and that's why this tank is a very angular hull meant for types of positioning like that. Thank you, T57 Heavy. But while it is meant for those types of positions, unfortunately, when you're on a map like Yamato, you don't really get that many opportunities to use the gun depression. So it's a bit of a weird conundrum in this tank, really. What is up with my teammates and driving into me? Either way, there's a 1 shell into the enemy WZ, 2 shells into the enemy WZ, and, well, let's see if we can get a shell into the Kron. Aiming, aiming, aiming. There you go, nice shot. I mean, they're all shooting my 4005, who's essentially, yeah, that is what he did. I always question what goes through somebody's mind. I did not know the turret of the 4005 was able to enter the back rooms, but apparently it is. Now, the good thing about the dead 4005 is I can possibly use its carcass as armor, which is actually not too bad. The only problem is I can't really pen the minnow, nor do I want to try to as of right now. I'm going to wait for my clip to reload. Just got a couple more seconds. There you go. Yeah, that's... Oh, that really hurt. Let me guess, he went right through my turret. Yep, that is one of the problems with this tank, is the turret armor is not the best, but it's also not terrible. It will get the job done in at least the majority of situations. There you go. That was a nasty HE. That WZ hit us for 200. Wow. You know what, though? We got a clip out. We did another 1,000-ish damage there. That turret is still bombing around in the backrooms. It's really trying, but not too bad so far. We're reloading. We got plenty of health, 1,400 left. Medium side, our team is not doing the best, but they're not doing awful. All right, there's the T-54. Okay, well, 6 more seconds. We're going to have another clip ready, so let's just chill here, and boom. All right, we have our clip. Hello, is anybody here? Oh, we got the... Ow, what is up with that WZ just spamming HE at us, man? All right, well, we got the Kron. 1 easy shell into the Kron. Thank you. All right, we also got the Minnow over here, who I don't really want to poke, but we should be fine at this point, because now if they want to shoot me, they have to poke, which means, like, if that WZ ends up poking me, we should be able to spot him and get a nice shot in. So I guess we'll find out. So we're chilling here for now. We're just taking a look at this exciting turret animation that Wargaming has given us. We got the Yag off to the side. All right, well, you know what? I'm bored, and... Oh, wait a sec. Wait a second. Bonk. There you go. Track the 57 Heavy in the open, and let's go for a nice shot once into his tank's track wheel, and twice. There you go. We have locked him in the open. Hopefully, our Waffenträger is going to kill him. Never mind. I had hopes, I had dreams, and now they are non-existent. Okay, well, we got the Kron, which is obviously not super fun for me to fight. We're going to leave if I can. Nice. Okay. We have the 54E1 in the back, who appears to have no clue what he's doing. Oh boy, this is not looking very promising as of right now. Let's go this way and try and get behind the enemy minnow. If we can clear the minnow, we will... Ooh, perfect. Okay, let's turn and maybe get a shell. We got the ag tiger. There you... Ooh. Thank you, Wargaming. I appreciate it. I love getting screwed over by my RNG. Alright, well, let's see. Maybe the Yag will poke. You never know. Ooh. Ooh, he was so close. Yes! There you go. There's one shell. And 2 shells. Okay, that's important. Even though I'm... Ooh! Ooh, that was also important. Okay, we're getting bounces. We're doing our job. The cron's off to our side, and all that I have is a yo in mid. I'm really hoping that yo helps me out. Let's see if we can get a shell into the side of the cron. Come on, poke it. You know you want to. Come on. Come on. Well, don't poke it yet. Let me reload, and then poke it. There you go. Nice. Okay. Let's see. We got the WZ-111-14 off to the side. I did not know that cron was going to poke it that second, but it's still fine because we got a pet... interesting. I don't know if that was my fault and I accidentally nudged the turret or what exactly happened there, but interesting to say none the least. Alright, well, we got the yo off to the side. I'm just going to reload my clip. Now, obviously, reloading my clip when they have a cron is not the best decision because the cron can also do that, and it has a faster intro clip than me, but... At the same time, I don't think it's a bad decision, especially because that yo's going to get to the side of him here, and there you have it. We are going to win, because, well, we might not win, at least the trades, but the cron has 1 shell, and we're going to test my luck with that 1 shell. We're going to find out right about, thank you, Wargaming. I love bad luck, but it looks like that cron was... I don't really know what that cron was doing, to be honest. It's fine. We came out with a victory. It was a bit sketchy at the end. I kind of messed up there with that 1 shell on the cron, the ping, whatever. It was my fault. I will admit to that one, but still got an ace and still did 4,700 damage and came out with a pretty solid victory at the end of the day. 108,000 credits. I should also point out that this is on my free-to-play account, so it's helping me grind my events, as you can see here. Nice 105,000. I'm already just about halfway there, so not too bad with 6 days left on the event. I will be getting the Eagle 7, which is going to be pretty exciting. So, yeah, hopefully you enjoyed today's video. Let me know what you think about the Emil 2, but I think it's an absolutely fantastic and very underrated tank. I think the line is great, but it definitely requires some common sense to do well. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and let me know what you guys think about the Emil 2. Bye-bye.